Yo, what's good, everybody? You're now tuned into Ill Vibe Theory, your number one source for underground hip-hop and R&B in the Las Vegas Valley. We are listeners supported by 91.5 The Rebel, HD2 KUMV Las Vegas, the broadcast service of UNLV. We got Jay Luna, Kenlin Hype, it's your boy, Christian, and we got the homie Blair in. What's good?
What's good, man?
We've already done a lot of talking with him. You missed it.
I already know.
You already missed it. We were getting deep in here.
For good reasons.
But I'm so excited to have him on the show. Like I was saying before, I reached out to him like a few years ago, and I was like, man, like, can I have an interview with you? I think this was when I was working for the Well Versed.
Right.
And he was like, I don't think I'm, good enough yet, or I'm where I need to be. And I was like, that is so humble. Like, we have to get him. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, like I keep saying.
Seriously. So we're just going to start off with some basic stuff. Like, how did you get started? Like, where did you pique your interest in hip-hop? And, yeah.
Well, as far as getting into hip-hop, I was born in Japan. So, I mean, we didn't really have, hip-hop. I mean, it wasn't really that big out there yet. Mm-hmm. But I guess basically just, my mom playing, like, old Gang Starr stuff and my sister playing 50 Cent and stuff like that. That's what really, sparked the interest. And then as far as getting into, like, beats, it was, I think I was probably, like, a junior in high school. And my friend Jaron, I downloaded like FL Studio onto his laptop. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, actually, no, really, I take that back. Trey Voorhees. He was really the one that made me want to start making beats. Because back in high school, I used to listen to him and Illicism all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, they had this tape called Child's Play. It was like a collaborative. Yeah, you guys know about that. But I suggest everybody go get Child's Play right now if you can find it somewhere on the internet. That's probably like that's in my top 5 albums of all time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, he just hearing his production and hearing them go back and forth and rhyming on that whole tape just made me want to be a part of the scene. Yeah. And then they were talking about where I lived at, like North Las Vegas. Illicisms, I think he's from Sacramento, but it's like they always say the nutty to Northtown, so it felt like one place. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to be a part of that, part of that movement in some way, and that just made me want to, I felt like the best way I could was just to make beats, just like him, So
you started then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You said junior year, right?
Junior year of high school, yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, you were a junior when I first met? When we did, a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I first met this dude, I was like a sophomore, and I was doing some photo shoot stuff. Super random, though.
Yeah.
Heck, random out the blue.
Right, yeah.
That's so funny. I don't remember meeting you literally until today, but I've always known of you because of him. But I think I do remember seeing you at that show because they had like it was when Illicism came into town, and they had that. Yeah, what was it? It was a long time ago. It was like
forever ago.
Yeah, but it was Trade, Illicism. I think T-Rab was there too.
Yes, like everyone. I can't remember what it was called.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's like the only time that really happened. Wasn't it?
That was crazy. And I was so excited to be there.
I got all the video footage of it online.
It was so fun.
Yeah, that was live. That was fun.
Yeah, people don't realize what's going on here. So how long did you live in Japan? Like, when did you move here?
I'd say I lived there for like 8 or 9 years.
Really?
Yeah,
and then
moved out. Yeah, moved to the Americas, whatever. And yeah, I mean, I was a military brat, so I might as well have, been born in America. Mm-hmm. So, it wasn't really that much different, but yeah.
Okay. And when did you first fall in love with hip hop? Do you remember like a specific song? I know you said Gang Starr.
Yeah.
50. Was there anything that just did it for you and you're like, this is it?
I think it probably had to be Get Rich or Die Trying, the 50 Cent album. That was really it for me. Even though I know it's like way different than Gang Starr, but it's just, I just like the, the edginess and the hard, how it was just hard, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, because, of course, I wasn't, like, in the streets, shooting nobody and stuff, but I felt like I was listening to that,
Yeah.
But, yeah,
that's just what's up. And I know that your sister had a really big influence on you. I haven't mentioned it to you yet, but my dad actually used to make music with your sister. So that's why I know a lot about you. He told me this, like, a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That's super small world.
Is there any chance?
What?
That's super crazy.
He produced for her, so I think that's hilarious. But is there any chance that your sister would be back in the studio? Because I know she hasn't done it in a really long time, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised you even knew that.
I listened to some stuff, too.
That's super crazy.
He put me on game on her.
You just put a Nardwar.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's a Nardwar question. Hey. But I highly doubt that she would probably get back into it. But yeah, she definitely did, play a little part in it. I wouldn't say completely, just because me and her, we didn't really have, the same music taste, I wouldn't say. Because she was more, neo soul and,
gotcha.
Artists like that. And I was more into like the 50 Cents, like I said, and stuff like that. But no, she, seeing her, go to the studio and stuff, it definitely sparked a little bit of interest.
That's what's up. That's
Bro, you ever try to rap?
Nah.
Did you ever try to get her on a track or anything?
Nah, never.
No? How is there a big age gap?
Yeah, she's in her 30s actually. Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big age gap.
That's so funny. So, and then go ahead.
Oh wait, so was she did she grow up too in Japan with you?
Yeah. She lived a lot of her life in Japan.
Oh,
actually.
word.
Yeah.
So like, would you say that growing up there, like, had an influence in your life in terms of the way you view things culturally? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Now that comparing.
Well, I mean, like I said, I was on the Air Force base,
yeah.
So it was really all Americanized for the most part. So I can't really say it really influenced me too much, but it definitely I would say weirdly, just knowing that I'm from there, it definitely made me respect things like anime more,
Yeah.
And just anime and just that whole culture. I definitely respect it, even though it doesn't really, fall onto me. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Yeah. And tell me about how you linked up with Currency, because you've done a lot of work with Jet Life in general, Trademark, and Young Roddy. So talk about how that connection came about.
Right. So basically, the Trademark thing happened when it was like my first year in college up at UNR. I was just sending out beats to a whole bunch of different rappers. I would send stuff to Trade frequently. I would send stuff to Illicism and stuff. And then one day I was like, I wanna reach outside the city. You know what I mean? Like I wanna try to test my luck and work with some other people. So originally I tried to look for Currency's email, and of course that was impossible to find because by that time he had already taken off a little bit. So the next best thing was basically Trademark, because I'm a big fan of his music too. So I sent him probably 20 something beats, and then surprisingly, I didn't even find out that he even used any of them, or that he was even going to use any of them, until he released a video previewing his mixtape that was coming out. Yeah. So I was on Twitter like, oh my God, my life is changing. But then I saw the end of the video, and I saw that Currency was rapping on one of my beats too in his video, and I was like, wow, and I almost died. You know what I mean?
I bet.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it all started, and now I'm just pretty much doing a lot of the work for Young Roddy's tapes now. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so crazy, because Jet Life, they have a really big fan base.
Oh yeah, they have a loyal fan base too.
Yes. Huge. So that's so crazy. And in addition to that, Lil B. That's so random.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that was a funny.
I know you got a story.
Tell me that.
Yeah, it was So I was basically on Twitter, just like everybody else, and then if you follow Lil B on Twitter, you're aware of how how funny this dude is and just how random and weird he is. But I think it was one day he was like roasting fans, you know what I mean, just for no reason. Really? This was back. It's weird now because he doesn't do this stuff anymore. But this was like 2010. He was just roasting fans randomly on Twitter just as a joke, and everybody was roasting him back and whatnot. So I think I said something to him, and then he told me that he said something along the lines like, he was like, my hairline is pitiful or something. And I was like, wow, like really? And then I DM'd him, because if you know Lil B, he pretty much follows. If you follow him, he probably follows you back 9 times out of 10. So I DM'd him, and I was like, hey, yeah, that was funny or whatever, but can I send you beats or something? It was something along the lines of that. And then it was just random.
Right after he said your hairline, bro.
So I just saw that as an outlet to talk to him real quick. So I was like, can I send you beats or whatever? And he gave me a beat email, and basically I would just send him stuff once a month for a whole year, and then finally he randomly used something on his on one of his 1,000 mixtapes. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
how'd you find out it was your beat, bro?
I kept listening to every single mixtape that you dropped, and went through the 30 songs.
It's probably in here somewhere. That's
experience.
So crazy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, has there ever been a time where you've given, maybe an artist some of your beats, and then they didn't live up to the expectation of what you thought the song could be? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, it is a good question.
Be
very
honest.
rarely, just because I guess for the most part, most of the people that I work with are people that I genuinely want, I'm genuinely a fan of.
So you're not just throwing out
Yeah, I'm not
like,
just really throwing
money.
out stuff like that. Except, aside from maybe the Little B thing, I'm really am a fan of like some of his stuff where he's serious. And by the way, like on the song that we did, he was actually serious. Like, one of the many rare times that he is. And,
oh man,
yeah, it was actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I don't really send stuff to people who I know might, not, live up to the expectations. But, it has happened once or twice, maybe.
Were you mad?
I wouldn't say
like,
mad
dang,
because
like
the way I look at it,
else?
the way I look at it, I can just, go make another beat. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Yeah.
And so like, in flip of that, like, has there ever been a time where someone's exceeded your expectations and you're like, wow, I didn't think it could be that great?
Okay. I would definitely say with Stevie Crooks. When I sent Stevie Crooks some stuff, like he really made like anthems with pretty much every single beat. Yeah, he definitely surprised me.
How'd you get into contact with him? Was that Twitter as well?
With Stevie Crooks, I don't even remember the first time we I do know I had a yeah, I don't even remember. I think it definitely was through Twitter though, but I don't remember when it happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just like I sent him a few beats one day, and then he was like he was feeling them or whatever, and told me to keep sending stuff, and then finally we just clicked and exchanged numbers and whatnot on Twitter, and I pretty much did most of his Born on Olympus mixtape. Yeah. So yeah.
That's what's up. That is so cool. Is there someone that you're like peeping game? Like I wanna work with this person?
There's a lot of people.
Who are someone that you
Oh my God. Definitely Dom Kennedy. I want to work with him super bad. That's one of my favorite artists too right now. Dom Kennedy, Freddie Gibbs. I really feel Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
And if we're aiming high, you know what I mean. Of course, Nas and all the. But if it's with Nas, you know what I mean. I want it to be like '90s Nas. You know what I mean. I want to give him like that '90s feel with the beats and whatnot.
No, for sure. Yeah. And even like that's funny you bring up Nas because a lot of people criticize him for heading into the early 2000s, his production got kind of whack.
Exactly.
Like, for real. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up. And tell me about, like, your process of how you make these beats. Are you inspired by something, or are you just the type that's always, looking for something? Do you search for samples, or how does that work?
Right. I would say for the most part, I'm an internet digger. I know people get criticized a lot for that, for not, going and buying the actual vinyls, but I'm an internet YouTube digger or whatever. So for most of the time when I'm not doing like homework or something, I'm really just going through all the YouTube pages of old soulful music and just looking for samples and whatnot all day. And then finally when I run across, because first of all, like I enjoy listening to that music, you know what I mean? So it's just a good little relaxing thing after school or whatever. But if I hear something that catches my ear, I'll be like, whoa, I can probably flip that, you know what I mean? And that'll inspire me. So, yeah, probably just sample digging, like you said. Yeah.
And then, like, I was talking to them earlier, too, because there's not really... I can't really put a style on your production because everything is so different from each other. It's so diverse. So how do you do that? Because everything sounds completely opposite. It doesn't sound like the same person.
Right. Yeah. Opinion. Well, with me, I like pretty much all types of hip hop. Like I love the boom bap stuff. I love the ignorant trap music. I love just the pop side of it. Like I literally love all the aspects of it. So it's hard for me to like even stick with one style for a while. And I think that's it's also been a problem for me to just, make my own, type of, identity for myself. But I'm just really diverse with how I approach the beats. Like I just don't. There's no specific way that I do it. You know what I mean? So.
Even like, I'm sorry to cut you off. Like how we were talking about DJ Mustard earlier. He won like. Producer of the year by a lot of publications and things like that, and we were talking about him a lot because if you listen to his music, like it's obviously because of Mustard on the beat,
but his
still
sound,
like but it sounds the exact same, and we were kind of criticizing it. Like I don't even know what, like if I heard that song, like did I just listen to this, or is it the you know what I mean? So what do you think about that? Because that seems like a good thing to stray away from, but he's getting love for that,
right? I mean, like with him, like honestly, he makes stuff that people want to hear in the clubs. You know what I mean? And I don't blame him for it at all. Like that's literally the sound that people want to hear. So I mean, he's just supplying what the people want to hear. Like if he was doing something wrong, you know what I mean, then people should stop supporting it. But people support it and people love it, and I mean I love it personally. I like his music a lot.
Bro.
Yeah, everybody. It's like I mean,
every
you know,
hit.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
everything is a hit. Literally, it just gets you moving. You know what I mean? So I respected that he's it's not like he's trying to take somebody else's lane, you know what I mean? Like, he's just staying in his own lane the whole time, even if it all sounds the same, like you said. But, you know, I enjoy it. I don't know. I enjoy it.
That's what's up. And who's, like, some of your biggest influences talking about, you know, producers? Who do you look up to when it comes to your music?
Oh, man, it's a lot. Because, like I told you, I listen to every aspect of hip-hop, you know, whether it be the boom bap and stuff. So, really, we can go from like Jay Dilla, Apollo Brown. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. Yeah, Apollo Brown. Of course, MF Doom, Madlib, Flying Lotus.
That's crazy.
Clams Casino. That's probably one of my favorite producers, by the way. Clams Casino. And then we can go to, you know, the Lex Luger, Mike Will, Zaytoven. I just love the trap drums and whatnot. And then even people like, you know, Timberland, of course, Pharrell, Kanye, all the obvious ones. Just literally pretty much every producer probably has a song that I like from them. Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Did you guys have any questions for him? I'm sorry I'm kind of taking over
this
interview.
I'm going to jump in.
You took all of the questions I was thinking.
You know, for real, I'm like...
putting it on me. That's okay, though. No. Man, I think that we should play some music. And then we'll get back into talking. Because we've been talking for a minute.
Yeah,
So I think we should take a break and play some music. So, I mean, before we play this song, I have King's Entrance, which is my favorite from Art Always, personally. Shout out to T-Rab.
Right.
And I really like that beat.
Yeah,
so if you could talk a little bit
Yeah.
about that, your relationship with him, before we get into this song.
For sure. Well, with T-Rab, it was actually really Christian that pushed me to really work with T-Rab for his Art Always project. Yeah, as always. And then
Of course it was.
But yeah, he I don't know, T-Rab is just literally holding the baton, you know, for North Las Vegas music for the most part. And I'm pretty sure most people from out there would agree. And I mean, it's basically him and Trey Voorhees and I mean, of course, I know people. I'm gonna get in trouble for not naming everybody, but it's really he really has a big influence on people right now.
Definitely.
So
and
I just wanted to.
right?
Yeah. We went to Cheyenne,
so you guys
but
have known each
back
other?
in Cheyenne, we didn't really know each other like that because
Okay.
I think he was like 2 grades or a grade above me or something. But but yeah, we really just linked, just like I said, based off of Christian, just putting us together. And I know at first we had a song called Juggin', but back then we weren't really like friends. I mean, we were, you know, acquaintances. Yeah, he was like the homie or whatever, but we didn't, you know, sit down and make that record. You know what I mean? But then once Christian got in the picture, like he really sat us down. And then we, you know, exchanged ideas about stuff, and then we would just have these little sessions, you know, and then we would just keep on building, and then finally it turned into his project. Well, at least for the songs that I did, you know what I mean?
So you were here.
Yeah, I was here for most of the...
Do you prefer that?
Oh, yeah, in person?
You do?
Definitely. I love being right there.
Do you have that experience a lot?
I don't. Being in college, it really, like, hinders me from being able to be in person with a lot of these artists and, you know, building, you know, directly. And I'd much rather have it like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You got one more semester, right, bro?
Yeah, hopefully. You know what I mean?
Open doors, though, for just having the freedom to be out, not have to deal with homework and stuff.
Exactly. That's why I can't wait.
All right, so let's get into this track. You introduce it for us.
This is off of T-Rab's Art Always project, and it's called King's Entrance.
Yeah. Sounds so beautiful. Yeah, and Trey gave the throne to me.
We just played one of his beats. What's the name of that beat, if you have a name sometimes?
I didn't really have a name for it,
Yeah?
but it was a Nas remix though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about this off air. Like that's a classic song, and Blair put his own little like twist on it, and sometimes I'm like iffy about people messing with classics, but he put like a perfect spin to it. It was original, but it was still the classic. Like, and that's how I feel about Ninth Wonder personally. Is he takes songs that are classic and timeless, and you don't think that it could sound any better than it already does, and then he flips it, and it's like, oh my god, why have I never heard this before? So that's definitely one of my favorite beats
very
now.
Much. Thank you.
Yeah, talk about it.
With that one in particular, it was yeah, I didn't, go into it thinking that it was gonna be a Nas remix. First of all, I was just, I found a sample on the internet, and I just decided, I wanted to add some drums to it or whatever. And then as it was going on, as I was, finishing the beat and whatnot, I was like, it would be cool if Nas could, rap on this, if I could get it to Nas somehow. And I was thinking that of my chances of really getting it to Nas, they're probably slim to none right now. But so I was like, let me go see if I could grab a Nas acapella, and flip it. But I wanted to originally get like a rare Nas song, you know what I mean? Like one of the rare, maybe something off of Stillmatic that people, didn't really, people probably slept on. But I couldn't really find anything that was, had decent quality. So I was like,
acapella?
Yeah, acapella. Yeah. So I was like, let me just grab It Ain't Hard to Tell, even though I know everybody knows this song, and let me just see what happens, if I throw it on there. And then it just fit like a glove, you know what I mean?
Perfect.
It just fit perfectly. So I just ran with it.
I'm really happy, like that lifted my spirits. I'm over here stressing, like, what am I gonna ask him next? And that just fixed me.
Thank you.
So we were talking about school a little bit before we cut off, and you were saying that you got like one last semester, hopefully.
Right.
So tell us again, what's your major and what's your minor?
I'm currently doing information systems as a major, and I'm minoring in accounting.
Right.
Yeah.
And did you ever think about music engineering as like a possible thing? Like a lot of people are going to college for that now. Did you ever think about it?
I thought I did think about it at one point, but then I was like, if the whole production stuff doesn't work out, I wouldn't really have like a fallback plan. You know what I mean?
How did it not work out?
Yeah, right. Thank you. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just a very I don't know. I guess you could say pretty humble, even though that's probably not humble to say that. But I'm just
It's true.
But yeah, I just, if anything, I was more scared than anything, I think. Just taking the risk of just jumping right into the whole production thing. I'm already I'm a pretty shy person. And it's just, I feel like, with the whole music production stuff, you got to be really aggressive and really try to get your beats out there and whatnot.
Especially in this industry.
Exactly.
Definitely.
You really got to have a lot of groundwork and be networking constantly. So, and I just felt like I wasn't the person that could do that. You know what I mean? I was just more of, chilling and making a beat, posting on SoundCloud. But yeah.
But I think you're one of the people that how humble you are, and like your work speaks for itself, basically. Like, I don't think that you personally, from my experience with you so far, I don't think you need to be aggressive. I think your work really speaks for itself and how humble you are. So I think whether you majored in it or not, like, I think it's working out for you really well.
Thank you very much.
No, most definitely. And then I know you go to UNR, our rival, so really shouldn't be. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like, has that given you any limitations or maybe any more opportunities possibly being over there? What's the scene in Reno?
I would definitely say it definitely didn't. It definitely did not open any opportunities. I felt like it was definitely like how can I say it? Because it wasn't like a bad thing that I'm out there. But it definitely wasn't a good thing either. You know what I mean? Like, if I was out here in Vegas, I would have way more opportunities with the whole production stuff. But at the same time, though, I love being away from the city just because I feel almost more inspired when I'm out there, because it's more like I can just, I don't know. It's weird. It's just a weird feeling.
What do you do out there?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Really,
like,
though.
What do you
really
do, like,
just-
for
what do you
fun?
do?
Really just make
Play in the
beats
snow?
for me. But I know, like a lot of other people, it's a big party city. You know what I mean? 'Cause then, like we said, it's a college town, so of course there's always a party going on somewhere. But for me personally, I like to stay in most of the time and just really just progress, with the production stuff.
What do you think, like, in terms of being out there, like, demographically? I know we had this conversation a couple of
Right.
times about like when they throw hip hop shows out there.
They
and
have some
stuff
good
like
shows
that.
though.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how the reception is. Like, speak on that. Like, were you surprised about like the way you saw
honestly,
stuff?
Honestly, yeah, I'm real surprised because like Reno does have a pretty good hip hop fan base out there, and they really like the Joey Bad, or I don't know if I can say that. Okay, like the Joey Badasses.
I was gonna say that because I feel like I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on it. Like one of Capital Steez's last performances was he was there, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, why there? Why not Las Vegas?
Right,
I mean, not that we would have known, but still,
right, yeah.
Like it sucks. But.
It's weird out there. Like I don't know why they go out there either. Because I feel like even besides the fact that it has a pretty decent hip hop scene in Reno, I feel like the Las Vegas scene is way bigger. There's way more pro era fans in Las Vegas than Reno. Obviously, you know what I mean. So I'm not too sure. Because even Currency, he went out to Reno a couple times and didn't even come to Vegas. So, I don't know. It's weird.
Have you been to any of the shows out there in Reno, like yourself?
Me personally, no. I haven't
None?
Yet. None.
None of them?
No,
You've only heard, I'm assuming?
None of them really sparked. Like, with the Currency thing, I already seen him live. And
yeah.
With the Pro Era thing, I had a final the next day. And
they've had a couple. Like, I know the biggest show.
On the same day, we got a final.
Oh, man.
I know
no,
the two like
really
biggest shows like I think I heard Reno having are like the Big Sean joint,
right?
And then they had this E40 thing, which a lot of people from the Bay come out there. I know they do.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I know it's definitely. A lot of the Tahoe, area.
Yeah, Tahoe people. Yeah, definitely. But E40, he came out there a couple times. I know Big Sean. That was for our I think our homecoming.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Was it packed though?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was packed.
Oh, of course.
The stadium?
What?
For real?
Big Sean, yeah.
Bruh, I can't believe it, man.
I'm like getting really mad.
I know.
I don't believe that Reno would do that.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you know how long it's been since. When was the last time Big Sean's come out here? Like,
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Sorry, super off topic though.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But anyway, since it is the end of the year, we've been talking about production. We've been talking about artists. Who are your like up and comers like that you're like keeping a close eye on right now?
Up and comers. You mean as far as like people who like are like on the same level as me right now?
Sure. We can start with that, and then we could go
anyone.
Up a little.
Yeah. I think any artist you feel hasn't quote and unquote is on the road to making it. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. As far as like producers, I would say DJ Dahi. He's definitely at the cusp of really popping off for sure, and that's a big influence of mine.
Cool.
And as far as like rappers, of course, T-Rab. You know what I mean? That's definitely like I said before, he's definitely a huge influence, over just the whole North scene right now. I mean, he's not really that big, globally, of course, but I feel like he, any second or any song, it could pop off for him. And of course, I have my friends, my friend Bushido Beats, he's out here, or Bushido Black actually, but yeah, he's out here from North Las Vegas as well. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Trey Voorhees, you know what I mean? Like we said, Illicism, the Gods, all types of people.
That's cool. I'm glad. And as far as like projects, like all of 2014, like
top
albums,
5.
Anything,
album
top
and
mixtape, whatever.
Yeah,
for 2014.
Bro. Oh man. Well, my favorite of the whole year for sure was Freddie Gibbs' Cocaine Pinata. That was for sure, yeah. That's probably my favorite in a couple years actually. But of course the J. Cole, that's obvious.
Forest Hill?
Yeah, Forest Hill Drive.
What was your favorite song off that? I have to ask.
Tale of Two Cities probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that song a lot. And then man, what else came out this year?
Bro, there's a lot of stuff.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm trying to go back in time. Like there's, it slips my head too.
Yeah.
The only one thing that I remember that is still like number 1 on my list is YG's album.
Oh yeah, of course.
I thought that.
Like,
of course, I definitely like YG's album. A lot of people. I mean, what a lot of people say it's like it's just ignorant, trap music or whatever. But I feel like he was really storytelling on there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He got creative with that.
Right. It was and the same with the Freddie Gibbs album. I mean, they're both gangster rappers, but they really like. They don't do it in a way where it's just talking about, oh, here's my car, here's all my women, and I can take your girl. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of.
Oh my bad.
What were you gonna say?
Here we go. I brought up the list of like a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
There's like you got Dizzy's album. Wait,
okay, that was pretty good.
Wait, hold on. Let me go back to like the real. Dude, there's so many albums here. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know Nicki Minaj dropped the album. Kid Ink, G-Eazy.
That is true.
Yeah, you're right. G-Eazy.
Well, you know what? The Young Jeezy album. I like that.
Seen It All.
I like the Seen It All album.
Sylvia Demo.
Sylvia Demo.
Yeah, Isaiah Rashad.
I thought that
good album.
2013.
No, that came out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Isaiah Rashad. He's definitely
Oh man.
He's definitely hard. I wish I could.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
You think so? I can try, but yeah.
Ross dropped 2 albums this year.
I like the first Ross album that dropped. What was it? The Mastermind.
I
like that one, but the Hood Billionaire, it was cool. You know, it had a couple cool songs, but overall, I just wasn't feeling it as much as I do for the other Rick Ross stuff. I feel you. But yeah,
dude, it's too many songs. And this year,
next year
it's gonna be ridiculous.
It's really gonna be
We got a new Drake album, new
Kendrick.
supposed Kendrick. Yes, Kendrick supposed Yay. Yeah, Soul needs to really follow up. And Wale too.
Wale, yeah.
Which really needs to matter too.
Yeah,
more
exactly.
Album about nothing. It's too much stuff out here.
Yeah, no, 2015 is gonna be good, definitely.
Definitely. And I did want to wrap it up a little bit so we can get into a few of these tracks. Okay. What's next for you? Like, what are you working on right now? Can we get an exclusive?
Right now, I'm definitely working on a beat tape. You know what I mean? And because I know I dropped a beat tape probably in 2013. Yeah, it was last year. Yeah, last year, like in May. And I think it did pretty well. People, mainly my peers and stuff, they were really messing with it and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I'm just trying to work on another beat tape right now, but I'm trying to have it on a bigger platform. You know what I mean, like on DatPiff, on like the main page and stuff like that. So I'm just working on that for the most part right now. And of course, I'm working on more stuff for Young Roddy. That's a definite. He's dropping his album pretty soon, so you can hear me a lot on there. Of course, I'm trying to reach out to pretty much all like the people that I told you. I'm really trying to reach out to Dom, Freddie Gibbs, stuff. I'm constantly shooting them beats all the time. So hopefully one day they'll mess with one.
Definitely. Did you have any last comments or final words?
Well, I mean, I just thank you guys for bringing me up here and being interested and wanting to even interview me. That's pretty crazy because it's my first interview ever. So thank you very much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening.
Of course. Well, let's get into. We got 2 more tracks. We got Stevie Crooks and Young Roddy. So if you want to introduce those as well, we can get into those songs.
I think I gave you guys a couple Young Roddy songs, didn't I?
I actually did some before you sent them. So I did Athena song and While the Getting Good.
Oh, okay, cool, okay. So this we get into the Stevie Crooks.
Yep.
Okay, so this is off of Stevie Crooks' Born on Olympus album. It's on iTunes right now if you guys want to go get that. And it's also on my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Blair North. And it's called Athena Song.
All right, let's get into it. Ill Vibe Theory. Keep it locked.